But now I am doing this video because of some people that requested for some activities. On my last previous video, I talked about you overloading your washing machine. That's where you hear some noise. For example, this is a towel, and beneath the towel there are other clothes under. So I want to give an example. I just pray this works so that you understand what I'm trying to say. Some people don't put this also, they don't put it where. I said it in my last video. When you want to apply this rubber, you must make sure you press down those clothes and make it flow, like it must be flat. So this one is just a test run. So let me see if okay, because you can see it's working properly, and you can see the vibration of the machine is vibrating. When vibrating like this, you will make sure you hold it down. Then I'm switching on the water to this side, so that as it is spinning, it is also rinsing with the water that is entering. Don't forget, we talked about the connection that I did in my previous video. You can see the water is coming. So if you switch to this side, to be entering this other side, which I just did now, you notice the sound has changed. From water is entering it. So if you observe, the noise of the machine is somehow because it's overloaded. I'm just going to put the water now. So over here, there are smaller clothes and a thick towel, which on my own view, I will always advise to do them differently to avoid over. So what I'm going to do now is to put it off. You can see the machine voice has changed. It wasn't working properly the way it's supposed to, though the clothes are dried. Okay, so they are all dried, but I want it more of a different explanation. So when you press this down, you make sure you pull this, though it's not compulsory, but when you put it, make sure it's flat. Then you switch it on. As you can see, the noise is reduced and there is no kind of a force working, like it's not using force to work anymore compared to adding this to it. It's washing machine, for God's sake. You don't have to stress it. All you have to do is to be patient and make sure you do the right thing at the right time. So I'm going to put on the water now. As you can hear, the sound has changed also because there is water entering into that hose and it's spinning to rinse them. So this is what you do. You do them one after the other so as to reduce the weight and the stress in the machine. So when this is working, you just have to be patient. When that is done, you put in this and do the same thing instead of combining everything. When you load the dryer to the brick, which is to the mouth, it works with strength. It works with strength. So you just have to do it gradually, little by little. So we also, on the other video, or my previous video, I talked about this timing of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can actually position it on 3 or 2 or 4 or 5 depending on which you want to use. So when I am using this water, I normally position it on 3. When I on the water, I will let the water flow to number 2, for example, and off the water. You can see the noise has changed because I just put off the water. So when the water flow from 3 to 2 and it's spinning, you remember you are racing and drying, so you off it on number 2, it will spin and dry to number 1. Then you can actually on the water or just leave it to off. Now if you notice on this my move, I started with 2. It started spinning from 2 while water was on, and when it gets to 1, I put off the water, and from 1 to off, which is 0, it's spinning dry. So this is it. Now it's almost the off at the off time, which the clock I set is almost done. So what you have to do is wait. When you don't, it make a sound that has off. Just be patient and hear the sound. As you can see, that sound have clicked, meaning the timing has stopped. And if you observe here, it's still rolling. Some people will just open it up and just, though I don't know if there's an effect to that. For me, I normally wait for it to finish rolling. But if you are so much in a hurry, you can actually open it. So just as you can see, they are well dried and well rinsed. So you bring them out and you put in the towel, which is the next set of clothes or whatever thing you want to do. Don't overload it. As I said before, that is the main essence of me doing this video. Don't overload it, and make sure you always balance that rubber on top. So you set it and put on the water. And you hearing the towel now, it's spinning and there's water entering it. But I started with 3 now, and it's going to be spinning without any noise of that, or sometimes you hear sound because the machine is overloaded. So you just have to remove some clothes in order for it to be working properly. These are machines that are helping you out, so you don't have to stress it and make it faulty on time. So they are made to ease your stress of washing with paint. So you also should ease their stress by not packing too much clothes inside the machine to avoid that. And there are different things that can cause that. First is the overloading of the machine, and second is the rubber, that flat surface cover that you need to put on it. Don't forget, when that flat plastic rubber is not balanced, it will also make that noise. So you must make sure you press the clothes that you're putting in flat and cover it with the rubber to be accurate. So these have been washed and rinsed. As you can see, on our previous video, I also talked about rinsing with this same side. So on my previous video, I also highlighted how to wash this stubborn stain at any of your clothes. If you see or you notice in this hand or pocket side, there's also a stain at the bottom. Sometimes you just see those splashes of water, probably mud or whatever it may be. All you have to do, I want to show you an example so you know where and how to treat it. Okay, as you can see over here, there's a stain here. So what you have to do is go to your restroom or whatever. You can see this smaller maybe solid soap that you don't use anymore for bathing. So all you have to do is spread it on the clothes. Spread it on the clothes to that affected area before you start to wash. Just as you can see, I did it on this wash place, as you can see. So make sure you just do that in all of the clothes or the places that are stained, which have heavy stain. Just make sure you use it to rub them properly. So while doing this with solid soap, it actually helps to break down those stick and stubborn stains while you wash with detergent also. So you don't just put the detergent into the machine. You must first of all do this, and these are done in order to ease the washing process and remove stubborn stain easily. So such thing have to be done on any of the affected clothes. As you can see also in this the top, you make sure you apply them properly. Apply them properly. You know, everybody has this soap that you normally use while bathing, and it's maybe the smaller end of it. While after finished bathing, there is always these particles or smaller soap that are always left. Or if you have a solid soap that are big, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is to rub it. You'll use the soap to apply them to those affected area. So that's it before you put them into the